If you're an Amazon seller, it's gotten to the point where it's automatic. It's a given that you know about Alibaba because Alibaba it's extremely easy to source the products that you want to customize and sell on Amazon. I mean, it's really easy. I mean, you could even do the suggested search here, beaded pens, and just a bunch of manufacturers come up ready to go to sell you items. But there are two things that are not very attractive to me when using this website. Number one, it takes a very long time. And it doesn't matter if you use Amazon Global Logistics or whatever, it takes a very long time to get your items to the United States. And the duty fee is kind of unpredictable. You have a kind of like a set transportation fee, and you have something known as Amazon Global Logistics, which is really useful when the item comes from China. But it's really hard to determine what the duty fees are. So you would have to probably opt for shipping with the manufacturer that you find in Alibaba, where they have estimated duty fees. But that's not always that reliable either, or not even inexpensive. And this also scares me. As you can see here, the Trump administration imposed a stage three of Section 301 tariffs in September 2018, 10% on $200 billion worth of goods from China. The stage was scheduled to increase to 25% beginning January 2019, but the increase was delayed until it was allowed to go into effect in May 2019. While I have not found an item that has impacted me yet, this is enough to scare me into thinking, well, can something else happen in the future? Is this no longer as beneficial? It is extremely easy, but I don't see it as beneficial anymore, especially that everyone is using this. Every single Amazon seller is using Alibaba. What kind of competitive advantage do you really have using this? So I decided to explore other opportunities, and the main thing here is I myself am Puerto Rican, so Spanish is it's my native language. So it's very easy for me to communicate in Spanish. And I was thinking, well, it'd be really nice to be able to communicate with my suppliers and really kind of detail what I want and have it be better and solve the problem of having it take so much time to get from the country, the origin country, to the destination country, which usually it's the United States. That really helps with inventory forecasting because you always want to have around a 3 month supply on Amazon when it comes from China. But if it's faster, you don't need to order that much inventory. You could order maybe a 2 month on hand or maybe even a 30-day on hand because it's so quick to get into Amazon. So I came across this article or this PDF, which I find it fantastic. It's from a company called Novalink, and it explains, or it's their research. See here, we analyze hundreds of news articles and websites to answer the question: is it cheaper to manufacture in Mexico than in China? And there's a lot of information, like a lot of information here. Manufacturing labor in Mexico is cheaper than in China. They have a really easy to see chart where China is very strong with manufacturing labor, but Mexico is actually even stronger. And then there's a lot of sections here that I'm not going to go into due to the sake of having this video be short. But let's see if I can find it here. Probably here we go. Manufacturing labor costs 19% higher in China. Average rent per square foot in Mexico is less expensive than China. So Mexico can actually price their manufacturing cheaper than China. And if you're from the United States, or you're selling in the United States, it's the country to the south of the United States. So you can actually use a small parcel carrier like UPS to help, and it's actually going to be way more cost effective than shipping from China, even if you do get a discount from Amazon Global Logistics. Here's another article that I really liked. It's from a company called NAPS International, manufacturing in Mexico versus China, which again, this supports manufacturing in Mexico. And I also support it very much. And what I did was, and what I'm suggesting that you do, is I got a freelancer from Fiverr. and her name is Eli Ojeda, and she's from Mexico, so she's fluent in Spanish just like me, and she is searching just for. And you can take a look at these suppliers from Latin America if you want. She's searching just for suppliers in Latin America. So this is, Peru, Venezuela, Mexico, Brazil. I don't know about Brazil, but it's still Latin America. And here are their websites. It's extremely easy for me to communicate. It's going to be much quicker to get into Amazon FBA, even if it comes from Venezuela or Peru or whatever, or Mexico's probably the best bet. But I'm getting all of these options now because I got a freelancer to look for this for me, and I'm able to resolve the transportation time problem and the language barrier problem. So this is something that I suggest to you, and I hope this helps you in the future when you are selling on Amazon.